So, one of the other requirements for doing any sort of financial maths is doing things involving personal loans. And one of the important things is to work with examples like the one that I've got up here. To buy some new furniture, Meg takes out a personal loan of $15,000 from a bank, for which she is required to make monthly repayments of $720 for 2 years. So how much does it cost to pay out the loan in full? So based on the information that we have, 720 times how many months in 2 years? Because there's that word months for 2 years. So that's months. So it's 12 months in a year times 2. So that means it's going to be 12 times 2 times 720. So that's going to be 24. And if you are all familiar with your times tables, or you have access to a calculator, 24 times 720 is 17,280. So thank you very much, guys, for getting that done so quickly. So that's 17,280. So that means... So that answers this first one here. So that's A. B, how much interest does she pay on this loan? Well, that's 17,280 minus the original 15,000. So that's $2,280 interest. C, what is the equivalent flat rate of interest? The equivalent flat rate of interest. So remember, we go to our formula. We have RF. So that's RF equals 100. I divided by the principal and the time. That's in years. So it's 100 times 2,280 divided by the principal, which is 15,000 times the time, which is 2 years. So that means that we can cancel down some of these things. So we'll cancel down a 0 here and a 0 here, a 0 here and a 0 here, and we'll cancel down a 0 here and a 0 here. So that means we are left with 228 over 30, which equals %7.6% per annum. So the flat rate of interest, the equivalent flat rate of interest is 7.6%, which isn't that bad. It's actually not as bad as what it was looking like. But remember, that's 7.6% per year. That's per annum. Where it gets tricky is, remember, when we go down to our RF. So our RE. Now, so for part D, the equivalent effective interest rate is equal to RE equals RF times 2n over n plus 1. All right. Now, there is a way to estimate it, and then this is the actual way to calculate it. So, does anyone remember the approximation for how to estimate the effective interest rate? So, what is RE approximately equal to? We We talked about it last class. Now, what's the formula for approximating RE? It's RF times 2. That's the approximation. But to actually calculate it, so we'll put here, it's RF times 2. So we have it, this is our RF. So RE is approximately equal to RF times 2, which is 7.6, which is 15.2%. However, we have our actual calculation, RE equals 7.6 times, now it says N. When we're talking about the effective interest rate, N is the number of payments that needed to be made. And remember that the payments, how many payments did we actually make? 24, because it was 2 years of monthly payments. So that's going to be 2 times 24 divided by 24 plus 1. So that means RE is equal to 7.6 times 48 over 25. And if you use your calculator, (7.6) times 48 divided by 25, you get 14.592. And we'll round to say 14.6%. That's to 1 decimal place. And that's all there is for 4E part 2. All right, so you have to work out how much in total is being repaid. You then have to work out the interest. Then you have to work out the flat rate and the effective rate.